Hi, my name is Aileen Mellon, and I'm in your Education 107 class. I went to Rockford Public High School. My experience with school was not the best. I don't really like school, so I know that's weird that I'm going into teaching, and I never really liked school when I was younger, but that's okay, because I really appreciate learning, and as I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate school. When I was younger, and if you asked me to walk into a schoolroom and ask me what I was thinking of, I would just literally frown at you, because all I would think about is just frowny face, because I do not like school. At least when I was younger I didn't, but I like it now, and the only reason why I didn't really like school when I was younger is because it gave me a lot of anxiety as I was growing up, but I've learned to deal with that, and I'm good now. My educational experience in elementary school was amazing, because I loved elementary school. I mean, everyone loves elementary school. All my teachers were amazing and so nice, and I still remember all of their names, and even if I see them, they still remember who I am, and it's great. I went to Crestwood Elementary School, by the way. I doubt any of you guys know what that is. Elementary school was the best, because everyone was friends with everyone and there was no drama. But then middle school hit, and I went to East Rockford Middle School, and I hated it because everyone was super judgmental. Everyone was going through their phases, and I didn't really fit in with anyone, and it just was not my thing. And I really struggled in middle school, not just socially, but academically as well. I tried so hard, but I still found middle school difficult and challenging. And then high school was great because I eventually found my home, and I had really close friends. I joined the diving team, and I played soccer, and I did gymnastics. And because of those things, I really formed a close friend group and was able to find my place in the Rockford Public High School, because our high school was huge. There were 2,000 people in our high school total, and I graduated with about 650 or something like that. So there was a lot of us. I'm pretty proud about my high school achievements because I made it to states in diving, and I also made the academic achievement list all 4 years of my high school. So I was pretty proud of that. Some of the teachers weren't the best, but I really enjoyed the majority of my teachers. I really enjoyed the majority of my teachers. For example, I had this one specific teacher in TV studio, which was an elective, and his name was Mr. DeYoung, and he was the best teacher you could ever have because he sincerely cared about every single student that walked into his classroom. Even if you weren't in his class, it didn't matter if you were just passing by or whatever, because he really cared for you and wanted you to succeed, and he cared about your future and your well-being, no matter who you were. So TV studio was my second home. It was a great place, and I felt comfortable there, and I had a lot of friends in that class, and I felt comfortable with my teacher as well. And then I also enjoyed my choir class a lot because my teacher, Mrs. Scott, was very similar to Mr. DeYoung. She really cared about all of us. Even though there were so many people in choir, she was a very genuine person, and I really admired that in a teacher. My least favorite teacher was when I was a junior in high school because my teacher was Japanese and I had no idea what she was saying, and she was trying to teach us English, which made no sense. I don't know why she's able to be an English teacher because she barely could speak English herself. So that was my least favorite teacher. I've had some college learning experiences already because I'm a sophomore student. I transferred from Ferris State University, and my college experience so far has been great. However, it's a lot more difficult than high school. You really have to take care of yourself and manage your time, and you have to motivate yourself and stay on top of everything. I was pretty proud of my achievements last year at Ferris though, because I made the dean's list, and hopefully here at Central I can do that as well and keep up with my studies and my academics all in all. One of my favorite things to learn in school was in third grade because third grade was my favorite year ever because we learned cursive, and we also learned how to multiply. And I really like math, and I was very into math when I was younger, and I still am. And third grade was when I learned to multiply and divide. In third grade, we did Mad Minute, and it was a timed multiplication test, and basically you would go like your 1s to your 2 tables to your 3 tables to your 4, so on, so on, so on. And as far as you got, like each number, you could get something. So like with 1s, you could get ice cream, like an ice cream flavor, and then 2s would be maybe sprinkles, 3s would be chocolate chips, like, and it would just go on and on and on. And so at the end, you would have an amazing sundae that you could have at our Sunday social at the end of the year. And depending on how far you got, you were able to have those toppings. And I remember that day still, like I completed all of my times tables, and I was so proud of myself, and I had an amazing sundae with whipped cream and a cherry on top. So 3rd grade, doing my minute times tables was definitely my favorite learning experience, and I still remember my teacher. Her name was Mrs. Osborne, and she's a great lady. My worst learning experience was definitely my senior year of high school when I took physics. Why did I take physics? I have no idea. I hated physics. It made no sense to me at all. My teacher was alright. I mean, he was a cool guy, but I just, like, his teaching style did not fit with mine. The subject physics did not make sense in my brain, so it just was not a good situation at all. Something that I wish to take from my educational experience growing up to bring into my own classroom one day would definitely be doing Student of the Week, because I loved that when I was in elementary school, and I always wanted to be Student of the Week. And you could always, like, I loved it because everything was all about you, and everyone loves attention, especially when they're in elementary school. And so, like, bringing in food and talking about your family or any pets that you have was really fun for me. So I want to bring that back when I'm in a classroom one day. And I would also like to have like raffle tickets, so whenever like a student does something good or a good deed, you can reward them with a raffle ticket and place it in a little bucket or a mason jar, and then at the end of the week, like on every Friday, pull someone's name out and they get some candy or a big cookie or something little to reward them. Because I remember one of my teachers doing that in 1st grade, and like I won the big cookie jar, like the biggest one, and I was so happy, and I still remember that. So I just want to do something like that when I'm older. My metaphor for teaching is that teaching is a roller coaster ride. You're always going to have your ups and your downs, whether that be with your coworkers or parents or your students. Something that I wish to take from my educational experience while growing up would be Drew! Oh my gosh! I was doing good. Alright.